Hello and welcome to Library Instruction Session for CCJ 2002 Law, Crime, and Criminal Justice System. Video 3, How to use OneSearch to search all the library's resources at one time. My name is Lawrence Mello Jr. I'm a research instruction librarian here at FAU Libraries, and you can reach me at lmello@fau.edu. Let's go use OneSearch and do some research, shall we? If you remember from video 2, when I was talking about navigating the library's webpage, OneSearch is our default search engine, which searches across all our platforms, catalogs, journals, and databases, as well as the other collections that I've mentioned. If you remember from video 1, we're going to use the topic of advocacy for the death penalty in the United States, and we offered some keywords. I'm going to put in a keyword strand. You can see it right here. Hit the magnifying glass, see how many resources come back. But there we are, 73,608. That's a lot of resources. What kind of resources do we have access to? If we click on resource type over here on the side, you'll notice we have articles, so that's your peer-reviewed journal articles, magazine articles, book chapters, dissertations, videos, government documents. We are a federal depository library. Audio, videos. You can see there's a lot of resources here. A lot for you to choose from. At the different types of resources will allow depth and show depth in your research for your professor. I'm just going to close that up real quick. Another way you can use this to limit your search is under creation date. Some places call it publication date. This software calls it creation date. Let's click on there, shall we? You can notice it goes back to 1601. That's great if you're doing historical research on the topic. But, maybe your professor only wants you to look at the last 10 years. We highlight 1601. I can go 2015. Make sure you hit refine right here, and it will tell the system to research with those specific dates. And you'll notice it dropped it down to 21,483. Quite a bit. That's pretty good. Now, you can use OneSearch to find everything you need. If you're looking for articles and books, use OneSearch. Sometimes, though, you may just want to use OneSearch for one specific type of resource, usually peer-reviewed articles or academic articles. So you'll notice they have a link here directly to peer-reviewed journal. Click here, it automatically starts searching. Now we're at 11,578 resources. Now we have just peer-reviewed articles. So from here, I can do a few things. I can jump right into the article and begin looking at the catalog record for this article. So again, you'll notice there's 11,578 results coming from 2015 to 2025, and they're peer-reviewed journal. Now, one thing I would recommend doing is logging into the system. Go to sign in again. All right. If you logged in once before in that browser, usually it will remember you. If not, you'll step through the process of logging in with your FAUnet ID. The reason why I'm demonstrating and showing you why it's important to log in, because these databases are constantly adding resources. What may be the first article in the search now, even if I was to do a search a half an hour from now using the same keywords, same dates, and looking at just peer-reviewed articles, this may not be the first article that comes back up. So, like logging in, it will allow you to save the records. I can simply click on the first, say, 4 items, and maybe the professor just wants to see you collect the resources and you start to create your bibliography so he can make sure it's in the proper format, and just to see what titles that you're going to use or thinking of using. Notice I clicked on the boxes. I'm going to go to this push pin, hit go to favorites, boom. Now if I go up here, go to my favorites, there's the records for those 4 articles that I clicked on. Now, remember, these are just the records. These aren't the articles themselves. So to access the article, the easiest thing you want to do is look at the article, look at the title. For this demonstration, we'll say this article, based on the title alone, really hits home what I want to talk about. So I'm going to click on the link. Notice again, it takes you into the catalog record. There's your title, bibliographic information. I can export the record to Excel if I'm collecting data that way, an RAS feed, email the record, print up the record. Oh, look at that citation. I can click here and it offers the 4 or 5 big citation styles. Now, if you're not sure what citation style you're using, it's always good to talk to your professor or check your syllabi. If I believe you guys are using APA 7, so I can click here. This is how you would format it for your bibliography. You can simply copy it and paste it right into a Word document. I'm a historian. We use Chicago, and that's how it formats it this way. So if you're not sure what citation style your professor wants you to use, always double check, because even though the information is the same, you'll notice it's presented in a different format. But again, check with him. Then how we can view it online. I'm going to skip over that just briefly and go down here. So this is the catalog record. The most important part of this record is you'll see under where it says description. You also may see it as the abstract. Why is that important? Because within this short paragraph, it should hit home everything you need to know about this article. Meaning, if within this abstract, if it's is checking off enough boxes to say, hey, this article is useful for my article, then it's worth opening up and reading it more in depth. Nothing worse than opening up a large article, reading it through from front to back, and realizing one page, one paragraph only has 2 sentences talking about your topic. So again, for this example, we'll say that I read the abstract, it checks off all my boxes. Now I want to access the article. I'll scroll back up here, view online. Now what we see here are 3 different databases which have access to the article. A lot of times databases will have overlapping copies of the journal, okay? Now if you're familiar with a specific database that may be listed in your search results here, click on the one that you're comfortable using, the one you like the way the article is presented. If you're not sure which one to click on because you've never used any of these databases, just simply click on the first one, which we'll do right now. I'm going to click on Sage. Again, it wants to know where I'm from. FAU. Log in. See, does it remember me? So now we're in the Sage Journals database. We have there's again our title of our article. There's our abstract. We can reread it if we want. We can cite the article from within the database. Now, what's nice about a lot of databases, when you especially here's an example of one. This is what I call a very nice, neat HTML offering of the database, of the journal article. You can read it online, you can take notes, really clean, crisp, but it's missing one key component, and that is page numbers. When you have to turn around and cite something, either be paraphrasing or direct quote in a direct quote, you will want page numbers so you can tell the reader where exactly you took that information from. So in this case, if I'm using this article and I know there's a good chance I'm going to quote from it or paraphrase and I need to tell the reader where I got the resources, I'm going to want the PDF. So you'll see it says PDF, EPUB, PDF down here. Either one will work. Click on that. And now I have my 22-page article. I can scroll down. I have my page numbers, so if I have to cite it. And the nice thing is, if you have the PDF, you can download it, save it to a flash drive, the cloud, wherever you save your articles at. Because once you have a saved article, now I can go back, once I save this to my flash drive, if I want to read this article again later, I don't have to log in because I have it as a file. Whereas if it's accessing still through the database, you always will have to log in. So here I have, and plus when you print it prints it up nice and neat as a file versus printing it up as a web page. So again, that's one particular article and one particular database that we received through OneSearch. Go back. Let's look at this article. The death penalty debate, is it really dead? Well, it sounds could be useful. We'll click on it. Again, there's our same functionalities. Now notice we'll have 3 different databases. Go down. We have our abstract. So we read the abstract, checks off all my boxes. Now I'm ready to access the article. Now I'm going to go into Wiley Online. Again, it's not one I've used often, but it's the first one, so I'm going to click on it. So again, and you'll notice between Wiley Online and Sage, they have 2 different looks, databases, depending on the company that designs them. Each have their own unique look and feel. There's the abstract, so again, I can read it again. Here's another version of the HTML article. Notice again, no page numbers, so I will definitely want to look for the PDF icon or wording. If I scroll up to the top, there's the PDF. If I click on there, open up in the browser, 27 pages. Again, that's why the abstract is important. Nothing worse than reading a large article to realize it's not useful. And now I can download it and then begin using this later and not have to worry about logging in every time I want to access this article. And just like the other databases, you have tools so that if you click on there, it's going to give you your citation function. You're going to be able to share it and other things as well. But all the databases pretty much operate very similar. They just have different looks and different feels to them. So I'm going to close out of here. So again, this is OneSearch. in a nutshell. You'll notice again, this is from when we saved the articles, but if I want to go back into my original search, I'll just click back, and now we're back to the original list of my 11,000 items, and I can continue to look through the articles at my leisure. Again, OneSearch, as I showed earlier in this demonstration, can bring back a lot of resources. For some users, that's overwhelming. 73,000 can panic even the strongest, more seasoned researcher. If you know how to use the limiters on the side here, click on what you need as it relates to your particular topic and your scope of your topic, you can really take advantage of the power of OneSearch. But OneSearch is just one pathway to these resources. I'm going to show you a few others in the upcoming videos as well. Just know that this is OneSearch. OneSearch is the default search engine and located on the library's homepage right there. If it's one that you're comfortable using, I tell you to run with it. Take advantage of it for all it's worth. If you just want to look for articles or look for books and you want a much smaller search engine, search results, I'm going to show you that in the upcoming videos as well when we demonstrate how to use the library catalog and how to use databases. Thank you. So this is the end of video 3, how to use OneSearch to search all the library's resources at one time. Again, my name is Lawrence Mello Jr. You can reach me at lmello@fau.edu. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.